Yeah, I know. Hey, how y'all doing today? Let's put the link in the chat. I'm a little bit late. Oh well, it happens to the best of us. Yeah. Welcome to the shit hits the fan. This is probably not even going to be on every platform or platforms. That's great. Oh well. Hey, you can't win them all. Yeah, it just seems that I was having a hard time adulting today. You know, well, I'm not the only one. Apparently, people like to look in people's cars. Hey, but what do you know? But so, how's everybody doing today? There we go. My audio's working. That's a check. We got Jim McIntosh in the house. The fit's about to hit the shan. So, what do y'all think about the Mega Man's video? To where he's whining and saying, "Oh, does it hurt? Where does it hurt when it touches your belly?" Oh, I'm gonna be disturbed, but I would be disturbed if I actually cared. Problem is I don't really care or right give two flying fucks. See, what it is it's sort of that. Well, look, how did I get to this point? Well, you have to understand that when you tell me not to do something, there has to be a valid reason not to. Otherwise, I'm going to do it. And and saying that they're bad people is not a valid freaking reason. You could tell me that Joe Blow's a bad person, but guess what? But the problem is I want to see for myself. I want to see for myself. Because listening to this person saying that Joe Blow's a bad person is how we got into this mess in the first place. Yeah. Well, while you're drinking coffee, I'm gonna go and grab me this bottle of vodka that I have sitting downstairs waiting for me. I gotta find my smokes now. God damn it! Where the hell are they? Another runner somewhere. I know I have smokes. I know I ain't crazy. But yeah. How you doing this wonderful Saturday morning? Technically, I'm pretty soon. I'm about to partake in daytime drinking. A lot of it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Uh, That's one thing about being a functional, rational adult. A functional, rational adult. You can drink on your day off and not have medication interfering. Now, I'm not saying that people who are on medication are not functioning adults. What I'm saying is some people do need medication, just in general. Like a certain person who has this two ailments, one of it possibly be brought on by alcohol, fatty liver, fatty liver, spondylitis, when another one might be hereditary because he's got horrible choice in life. See, what do we know about fatty liver? It usually comes from people who drink a lot and but claim they don't drink that much. Yeah, I breathe air, but I don't breathe that much air. If you catch my drift. Like I said, anybody want to jump in? It's going to be in the chat. Otherwise, this is going to be a very short show. Where the hell are my flicking cigarettes? Yes, I know. Them things are going to kill me yet. But, yeah, nuke another coffee. Why not? Hey, but don't fart in my face and tell me it's a summer breeze. You know? It's not like I basically ruined my life by choking my baby. Oh, I'm sorry. No, can't say choking your baby mama. That's copyrighted. That's copyrighted. Okay. Again, don't fart in my face and tell me it's a summer breeze. But Jim, Master Macintosh, how you doing today? Anybody want to come in? If they don't want to come in, hey, like I said, this is gonna be a short show. I hope you drop them bastards on the outside of the goddamn window. That would be a pain in the ass. Was that I gotta climb on the fucking roof, grab them, and then climb back? I don't want to do that. I'm too drunk for that. Let's see if I did what I think I did. Nope, didn't do it. Good. Oh man. Still want an assault plunger. You and me both, buddy. You and me both. It will clear up a lot of crap. Some people need, some people actually do need an assault plunger. So, personally, you could want an assault plunger, but do you need it? Some people need an assault plunger in their lives to clear up the crap in their lives. You know? Some people need a laxative. I do believe it's magnesium citrate, which is a natural born laxative. Yeah. Hey, sometimes you tweak your knees, sometimes you don't. And sometimes you are nut, sometimes you're not. Sometimes you're the right side of the sack, and sometimes you're the left side of the sack. You know? The left and the right hemisphere are both balls of the sack. Hey, at least you are able to functionally adult. Some people aren't able to adult very well. Now we got 5 people in the chat, so we should probably expect some sort of 5 likes spread among 2 or 3 channels. So I want to put it in the glass box or something to break too much shit. Break glass. Yeah, that's a pretty nice. Hey, well, down to 3, I guess. So we're basically got one active participant and 2 other lurkers. Yeah, nice. Oh, we got one lurker. One lurker left. Or just 2 lurkers in the night. Who knows? Who knows what YouTube? Hey, but I'm not that much of an interesting channel. But well, speaking of Magman, did you see his latest short? Where he's moaning and groaning and whining. Let's see. I don't. Let's see if I can do share screen. No, I can't do share screen. Oh well, it happens. But how's my audio? JR's in the chat. Welcome. You're more than welcome to come in. Just links in the chat. We're just basically shooting the shit on a Saturday morning. Hey, it's probably YouTube. I've said a lot in my whole YouTube career. I've said a lot of crap. Hey, it's this new headset that I got. Yeah, it's this new headset that I got. Pretty good. Came with the Nintendo Switch that I got. One of the few times my auto's actually worth a darn. And I ain't screaming over a truck. Well, starting Monday morning. I'll be on the way to banging gears out. Counts are off. Maybe not. It's not really worth it. Not really worried about it anymore. It's just basically who comes in. You see that, I'm gonna tell you the difference between north, above the Mason-Dixon line and below the Mason-Dixon line. Above the Mason-Dixon line, they don't have time for the crap, for somebody's drama. Below the Mason-Dixon line, they're a bit more patient, you know? They're a bit more patient, and from what I'm seeing, oh, morning, 10 minutes. Oh, damn. Hey, you're a person with a job. You're a person with a job. You know, Erica? You're a person with a job. You know, you contribute to society. Now, I'm gonna tell you a little bit of, I'm gonna give you a little synapse of this whole insanity. Why I said screw the Ukraine. Why I basically give a big fuck you to Ukraine. If you manage to make it through that part where I actually state my feelings. Well, let's see. Ukraine was once a part of Russia. You know, Ukraine was once a part of Russia. Now, as part of the Soviet Union, they speak the same freaking language practically. Now, that's one of the reasons. The other reason is I don't I don't give a damn. I got crap in my own country to worry about. You know, I got crap in my own country to worry about, my own house to worry about. Starting with nailing this job. Planned it probably was. Either way, it's entertainment to watch. And that, like I said, and which brings me into the next segment of the Ukrainian cluster conundrum clusterfuck. Now, Poland is basically allowing all other Ukrainian citizens, yep, except for the people that don't fit the whole blue eye, blonde hair, or some sort of who don't have the right skin complexion. You know, they're telling them to turn around and fight. You know, and this segues into the next segment. And this is why I'm not a part of the Black Manosphere. Why I can't be a part of the Black Manosphere because I see things differently than the Black Manosphere. Being that the Ukraine is literally turning darker skinned people around, which comes to show that come to show that I was never meant to survive. You know, never meant to be. Poland won't let me in. So, which shows that maybe Poland, there are certain units in the Ukraine that have been around since World War II. You know, that were formed around a certain short man with a toothbrush mustache who had a kind of a godlike complex. I don't know. His name started with an A and ended with an A and had his first name was started with an A and had his, and ended with an F, and his last name started with a H and ended with an R. Yeah, those of you who are history buffs, oh, you know exactly who I'm talking about. Mm. It'd be interesting to watch. Don't I mean, see, my prediction is coming June, if they don't kick me out for not getting the hot shot, the jibba jabba. Oh yeah, oh yeah, I know, and that's what's leading to the downfall. That's what's leading to the downfall, not just of the Black Manosphere, not just of the Black Manosphere, the Black community. Let me rephrase that: the Black. What's the word? The Black. What's that? I need a good word for that. It's leading to the Black coup de grace. See, the thing is, 20%, 20%, the community. Yeah, I mean, yeah, infighting. We the people who are removed from the infighting are gonna basically survive on YouTube, but 20% is the survival threshold, is the population survival threshold for a group of people who have no country backing them. It's the survival threshold. Black people are at 12% and dropping and dropping. They're 12% and dropping. Hell, we can't screw enough to make up the difference between the abortion clinics and walking distance. I've said it before, 20%. Maybe we might last another 10 years. We might last another 50 years. And hey, mm, hey, yeah, 12%. Yep, still 12%. Last year it was 13%. Kind of scary what it is this time. Part of that's due to survival necessity. Part of that's due to survival necessity. You know, part of that's being able to do to having to want to get a job. You know, give me 1 second. I had to go down there, go to sleep, except for me. But for the most part, yeah, survival necessity. Damn. Did I wake you up, dog? Woke my dog up. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't. And you are correct. And you are correct. It should never have been in government forms. It should never have been in government forms. It should have never been in government forms. You know? Well, it's just another way to divide people so that they can basically get what they want, never what they need. And it's okay. Hey, if you tell, hold on, give me 1 second. If you tell black people something that they need to hear, it doesn't matter whether you're white or black. If you're white, they're just going to ignore you and blame it on the system. And if you're black, they're gonna call you a coon and Uncle Tom mug. You know, so it's best that we just let the population collapse, and whoever's left, build it up from there. You know, ooh, yeah. Ah, Susan Zepp products. Yeah, Susan does that. Susan does that. Now, I do respect Chronic because he just says it like it is. But Chronic doesn't know how to talk around the algorithm. You know, Chronic doesn't know how to talk around the algorithm. You know, yeah. Well, busted system is a busted system. Every world system's busted. You just basically pick one to live in. Well, really, you kind of chosen. It's a little not a dealer's choice, but hey, mm, you just got to pick and choose your what you can do. Just got to pick and choose what you can do. Now, the system's going to be busted, flat out. Flat out, it's going to be busted. You know, Those that I are already listening to the truth. Yeah, I try to like I said, they try to fart in your face and tell you it's a summer breeze, but you know it's a fart. It's just a fart. That's pretty much how they treat people. They'll piss on your leg and tell you it's raining. You know, that's pretty much how it is. Once you understand that, you understand how to get around it most of the time. I said most of the time. I've seen that sometimes you can't you can win some, you lose some, you know? And Jen, you can't say them all ass off. Now, one thing about the Manosphere is it was never meant to have a leader. It was never meant to have a mayor, it was never meant to have a president. Now, what it can get away with is having a spokesperson, as long as that spokesperson is neutral. Yeah, but yeah, yeah. Like I said, yeah, just like the military. If you've been in the military, I want you to read your MREs, the ingredients of your MREs, carefully, carefully. Carefully. Because if you read the MRE carefully, you'll see that it's made with soy. It has soy in it, you know? Did you know that your MRE, these MREs have soy? Yeah. Plus the ingredients that they claim to boost your what's the word? Yeah, your MREs actually have soy in them. They treat you like a mushroom, mushroom plasma matter. Meals that refuse to exit. Yeah, yeah. It's basically to keep you. It's basically to keep you backed up so you don't crap on the battlefield. In World War II, they were actually made with actual ingredients. The sea rations. The sea rations. The the MREs are nothing more than soy, maltodextrin, whatever that is, where the sole job is to, yeah, the thing is, yeah, there's a lot of crazy things I've seen, you know. I've read the ingredients of an MRE and it's like, what is it with this? So this is what they're feeding us. But because you have because you have no other choice, and you're hungry as all hell, guess what? You got to eat the food. You're hungry as all hell, but you got to eat. I I respect anybody that understands. I respect people that understand that this is a republic, not a democracy. The United States is a republic, not a democracy. You know. Now, but let's talk a little bit about MAGA Man, about some of his medals, about the Purple Heart in particular. Well, you see, Purple Heart is typically for people who got shot while in combat, which is a medal that I don't want. I really don't want it because that means I have had to have gotten shot somewhere. The Medal of Honor, you practically have to die. Yeah, it's a soy republic. Look at all the emotional people. Look at all the people who are. Now, I want to say something here. George Washington Carver. George Washington Carver, a, an herbologist, in a sense, a scientist, an herbal scientist, horticultural scientist, agricultural scientist, basically said that soy is not meant to be consumed in large quantities by human freaking beings because it messes up the testosterone. It basically pumps you full of estrogen. And yet these people are eating it, are drinking it, are doing so, are literally right. Tiny bottles of hooch candies, poke baits, sardines. But now, but nowadays, you can't get the bottle of hooch as readily, you know? You're talking about Terrence Pop, right? Well, I'm gonna tell you a little something here. Terrence Pop, yeah, he was in the military. And I brought a lot of people brought, so I brought some of the jargon from the military into the manosphere. Why'd I do that? Well, well, as it was needed. Because there's some things that needed to be said, and I mean, I was fresh out the military, fresh off a deployment. You know how that goes. Fresh off deployment, you've been using jargon for a while, and hey, it just happens that way. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The thing is, we've all been eating the wrong food. Men typically eat meat because we have a higher muscle content, and we need the extra proteins in order to basically maintain our strength to go hunting for deer. women are typically more inclined for fruits and vegetables, maybe a little bit leaner meats like fish, chicken, or fish or poultry or something to that nature. Men typically stick to red or meant to stick to red meat, like deer, cow, stuff like that. Now, women can eat steaks every once in a while and it not affect their certain things. It's just, hey, hey, but then again, what do I know? Here's one thing that I know that a lot of women don't know about their pH level. The reason the reason a lot of these women smell like old like freaking rotten fish is because their pH level is off balance. See, the thing is like they want see when now they claim they worry. A lot of people are worried about men having a low testosterone when there's a war, when there's about to be a war going on. You know, yeah, yeah. Like I said, I'm Pop is different from me. I'm different from Terrence from Pop. Pop's got more subscribers. I don't. Pop has a way of telling jokes that are funny. I don't. I tell things in a way that is calm and collect that I try to be calm and collected as much as possible. Unless a subject really grinds my gears, you know? Like when you assume like first things foremost, I'm gonna address that one video with the when this lady talking about black men in a nursing home. You know, now my dad was in a nursing home, not because there was a no, well, because the only people that would were going to look after him were either A in school because they told him because he told them to go to school and focus on their education. Don't worry about him. Or B in placement to get them in placement at kind of like a halfway house, kind of like a halfway house to kind of get this person to kind of get the person in order. Or C running around in the streets. I wasn't the one running around in the streets. I was in placement. Sister was in school. Older brother was running around in the streets. Hell, I didn't find out that I had an even older sister until I was damn near my 18th birthday. What I'm trying to say is she only got a few segments of the story. Look, my thing as a joke is kind of on the macabre side, macabre and dark side. My idea of a joke is saying, hey, look here, I got a gallon of barbecue sauce whenever something happens to my truck and it catch on fire and there's no way out. Just slather myself up in barbecue sauce that smell like a barbecue, you know? Gotta put my earbuds in a noisy ass furnace. Yeah. Hey, I don't have these earbuds. I have these here wonderful things. Now, I was gonna take it easy on Hidden, because I mean, my problem isn't with Hidden. Just in case y'all know, I don't have a problem with Hidden. Well, the thing is, my sister had MS. My oldest sister had MS. You know, multiple sclerosis. Oh, that's some good stuff. I'm going to be doing a lot of daytime drinking today, but my oldest sister had MS, and luckily she died. Luckily, so kind of a tragic, slow, painful way to go, but she's not in pain anymore. You know, it happens. That's why I'm so comfortable with my death. One of the reasons, because I was fortunate to have minor issues when it comes to my health. I'm actually on the spectrum, believe it or not. Believe it or not, I'm actually on the spectrum. Which is another reason why I can't set up a joke to save my life. Now, I got lucky with that. One of the trade-offs for the spectrum people on the spectrum for me is I can't do math. Being that I can't do math very well, or basic math very well, I can't read music worth a fornicate. How do you like them apples? So me being a mathematician is out the picture. Me being a pilot is out the... Oh, somebody's here. Welcome, Spider.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. Just talking about random stuff.
Yeah, no.
So, like I said, you got anything to add? Got any questions about me?
Hey, well, first off, I mean, how you doing? I mean, I'm full of a freaking tick right now. I mean,
I'm alive.
yeah.
Probably the most honest answer you're gonna get out of a man. Because we're just gonna say fine.
Yeah. Hey, X, I didn't know I had a sister until my 18th birthday. No, why? That's when, that's when they let her out of the closet.
Wow. Wow. See, the reason I didn't know that I had another sister until I was 18 is because the child had MS. My dad had a couple baby mamas. One of them, he was actually two. Well, first one, he had a baby, and basically, either A, he knew how to pick them, or B, he got lucky. That's all I gotta say. Because they didn't want any sort of alimony from him or child support or anything. They were able to make it on their own.
Mm.
You know?
On the spectrum, the autism spectrum.
Yeah, I am. I am. I am on the autistic spectrum. I am on a spectrum. Believe it or not, I can't do
Oh,
math to save my life.
same here. You know, same here. But I'm the total opposite. I mean, I can do algebra, but not
Basic math.
math and science. I mean, it's like,
Math and science and mechanics. Basically, my strongest subjects were science, history, and mechanics. Anything dealing with mechanics, whether it's woodworking, metalworking, anything dealing with mechanics, science, or some sort of. But hey, look, I don't write jokes very well. Look, I can
I
look.
don't want to write jokes.
Like you like I said, you might be better at this than I am.
Mm.
I'm more of a if I write a joke, if I say a joke, most people won't get it because it's so subtle. Like, hey, Mega Man's doing such a wonderful job being a productive member of society.
They wouldn't get the joke. They wouldn't.
Yeah, he's doing a mother. He's on a correct path to get his baby mama back. You know,
Oh, shit. Sorry. Batteries.
right? Hey,
Oh no!
like
Wait.
I
Say them.
said, like I said, Mega Man's on the correct path to see his children to get partial custody of his children in North Carolina. Yeah,
Some people would. Some people would get their joke and say, "Oh,
welcome,
who's this?"
welcome, welcome. Like I said, you know who Mega Man is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, he's on the correct
Right.
he's on the correct path to get his baby mama and get partial custody of his children. Yeah, he'll eventually get him eventually, you know. Yeah. As long as he keeps up what he's doing right now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
he
is Baram Yam around or no?
sadly no, he's probably asleep.
Okay.
Yeah, sadly no, he's asleep. I mean, hey, look, hey, that was pretty that was pretty slick. You know what you said? Tico Trent, Barry Yam, True, sure, who do I miss? That was pretty slick. You know?
The rap.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was pretty slick.
yeah, you saw that. Yeah, he sent me the video and like he was like he was doing some freestyles. He said, you know, can you do a freestyle? And I said, okay, I'll do a freestyle. So I just responded, but
Yeah, he completely missed everybody in every bit of crap that happened in the Manosphere happened because I challenged somebody's way of thinking, and for some strange reason, everybody else got drug into it, but me. I don't know how. I'm the one who started it, but they somehow miss me. You know?
no one
What was
mentioned
exactly the? I'm almost curious. What exactly? What was the topic of that discussion that you kind of disagree with that person? Well, as to where you disagree with that person.
Where do I start? Where do I start? Oh man, where do I start? Let's see. There was look, I like don't go harassing this person, but there's a person in Richie Romance who didn't like me, who we both mutually didn't like each other. Some people took Richie Romance's side, some people took my side, but actually even less took my side. This was before Yam came into the picture, and when they took Richie Romance's side, everybody who took Richie Romance's side got burned. You know,
Hmm.
got literally burned. Now, being a truck driver, I get the advantage to see how certain people are doing. You know, Richie Romance is doing a little bit better, but still, it doesn't change the fact that everybody who took Richie's side got burned. But Tiku came into the picture. He got basically pinned on the blame for some strange reason because people are unobservant. Second one was they believe it was Mega Man. Yeah, Mega Man was the second one, and Mega Man basically cost Tico Trent $20,000 because he borrowed something that was literally under contract with Teletica in Costa Rica. and costing him $20,000 out of his own pocket.
I'd be pretty, then I can totally agree with that because I'd be pretty pissed off too if somebody tacked on in and used one of my symbols for some other
Yep.
radio station and ended up costing me a
Yep.
fortune. I'd be pissed
And
off.
and all Tico wanted was an apology. Mega Man made a whole 2-hour diatribe of why he was in the whatever, why he's the more righteous person. And then he basically decided to threaten Tico Trent
Speaking
with
of, I don't know if this is similar to, but speaking of using symbols, you know you guys know of the character the Punisher from Marvel.
Yeah.
He has a symbol of a skull, and I guess military groups have used it, special ops have used it,
SS.
Yep, mercenaries and so forth, and Marvel can't get them to stop using it because it's so generic. You can't copyright a skull. You know what I'm saying, right?
Right. You can't copyright a skull. Pirates use skull and crossbones.
Exactly, right? And so now they're trying to come up with some other logo, but it's it's interesting. You use the wrong symbol if it's ornate enough,
The
people
thing
come
is,
at
right. And look, and being that I have, like I said, I've seen the SS uniform in person.
Quick question, Red Pill in the Wind.
Yeah.
I saw your last video, and I was looking like it was some kind of it had something to do with the conflict in Ukraine, and it had something to do with A30B. And I looked this, and I did look this up, mind you.
Exactly. You know what's going on, right? Don't you?
A30B. That's like a white supremacist Ukraine.
Exactly. Yep.
I've never.
What is that? That's is it like a part of the Ukrainian?
Yep.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, they have some.
Yep. It was formed in World War II. Actually, they basically were part of the Nazi group that basically fought off the Soviets.
So that's what the.
Yep.
I was just wondering why are they? Why is Russia attacking Ukraine all of a sudden?
Exactly. You see it now, huh?
What do you think? What's your take? Why do you think they're attacking?
I don't give a damn.
Jim, you're like
I genuinely don't give a damn. See, typically in the military, when units are wiped out, they don't bring back their flags. All I want is that unit completely and utterly wiped out. No surviving members. That's all I give a damn about. Fuck the motherfuckers. Fuck them.
What's funny about that is the whole Russia thing and Ukraine is that you're taking two cultures, two cultures who are ethnically
similar,
identical.
Yep.
And when you remove every other indigenous culture or minority out of the situation, they still can't come to an accord and kill each other. It's just amazing. It's like,
why are you sitting here killing some people?
I'm trying to figure that out.
Get your popcorn ready. Get your popcorn ready. Get your popcorn ready. Because come June, when they decide what they're going to do with me, I don't care. Because, I'm in the National Guard. If they kick me out for not getting a hot shot, for not getting the hot shot.
Mm.
It doesn't matter to me because they're doing me a favor. If they leave me in, they're doing me a favor. It doesn't matter to me. I've already served my time. I've already done my time. I
Wait, how
don't
many
care.
years are we talking here? How many years are we talking?
I'm 13 years in.
Dude,
I
7 more years.
I
Come
am
on. I don't
7 more
know.
fucking years. I'm not gonna make it either way. Either way, I'm not gonna make it to 20
That
because they're gonna.
pension looks
Because
pretty damn good.
look here, look, it's I'm not gonna make it to 20 either way. They shift it because if they keep me in and they bar me from picking up rank, they're gonna bar me from enlistment.
Are you
Which
aware of that oh, I don't know, black spider symbol? Are you aware of the 20-year, retirement rule?
20 years
yeah,
old.
yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah. I'm well aware of that. Like I said, that's what I was banking on when I enlisted
Not you,
in
not you. I was
2020.
wondering if homeboy knew about it. The other dude, this I don't know,
Spider,
Yeah.
Spider.
Spider 32.
So do you know, like, okay, if you do 20 years in the military, you can retire and you'll get a retirement check from the military for the rest of your life.
Yep.
Yep. And then on top of it, you get like Social Security and all this other stuff, right? So it's just like another revenue stream. My homeboy's got 13 years, 13. Yo, Jim, that's
13 years, 7 more years. But like I said, I am literally 20. Let's say I am re-enlisted in 2021, 2020, right? 2021, 2022, 2020, like 2020. I'm about 2 years in, right? So I re-enlisted for another 6 years. So
mm,
what's going to happen is either way, whether they kick me out now or they kick me out, if they kick me out now, I'm not gonna get it. I don't give a damn. If they
what they
basically,
doing with people that aren't taking the hot shot? What's going on? Have you seen that around you or?
Mm.
um,
Seen
there are some people that are trying to trying to see if they can fandangle the system.
Mm,
I'm just blatantly gonna keep it simple. Fuck you.
mm.
You know, I'm just keeping it simple. Go fuck yourselves. You know,
Simple, plain, and put.
simple plain to put. Go fuck yourself.
I mean, you're gonna draft me in a fucking stand down here and draft me in a fucking war that has
Look,
nothing to do with anybody else.
look. Let me tell you something here. If they kick me out now, if they kick me out come June, and then they say, "Oh crap, we fucked up. We need people." I'm more likely to tell them to go fuck themselves. But if they basically bar me from promotion and then wait for a few years, if something happens, I can't tell them to go fuck themselves because I'm
I
already in.
I personally don't think they're going to put any boots on the ground over there at all. I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I think they're probably going to kick me out in June. Yeah.
There's that possibility, but
At worst, at most, they'll probably send Will Smith over there.
I look here. The only reason I stand with Chris Rock is because of how we handled it. How I handled getting slapped. In all intents and purposes, I say fuck them all. Fuck Chris Rock.
True.
Fuck Will Smith. Fuck Jada Pickett. Somebody probably multiple people already have.
True. You know the crazy thing. I just heard that he might be pressing charges, and I was taken back by. I'm a person of color, and I was just shocked that
There are so many ways.
make it financial after that.
There are so many ways that Will Smith could have handled it
True.
that would have never affected his career. That he would have been able to not only save face but elevate himself.
Do you think this is when Will Smith had that moment?
What's really odd about that situation is the fact that he was smiling at first, then all of a sudden, just out of the freaking blue, and
it's called a disarming smile.
Disarming smile.
And a reaction.
It's called like I said. I'm explaining you the tactics of a disarming smile. It was used by Mad Jack Churchill in World War II. He was one of the only soldiers, British soldiers, that carried a sword and a crossbow. Sword and a bow and arrow in the battle. Mad Jack basically came in with a smile that made the enemy soldiers not take him seriously. And once he got close, he either launched arrows at people or he hacked them to bits. Mad Jack Churchill. Like I said, that's what a smile can do. That's what a smile can do. Will Smith has acted in multiple movies where a disarming smile is effective, very effective.
Well, so basically, Mad Jack was playing the Joker.
Exactly. Mad Jack was playing the Joker. Nobody took him seriously, and then guess what? Motherfuckers got hacked and got an arrow shoved in their chest.
But you know the interesting thing about Will, I was asking my girl about him and trying to figure out what she thought about him, and seeing obviously he's dealing with a woman who is really like sucking his manhood away.
The house. First things foremost, I can tell you, I'm gonna break down the Oscars in all this. First things foremost, Chris Rock that night is not a comedian.
True.
That night, he's not a comedian. He's a spokesperson. He's a representative, and he's the face of the Oscars.
True.
Will Smith, yes, for the longest time, he was stuck doing the right thing, trying to be the positive role model, but he eventually, we're all human. There's some things that we do that we'll get sick and tired of. And what's going to happen? We're going to crack eventually. Will Smith cracked. Jada Pinkett. First off, either she needs to lighten up or get hit with a fucking lamp.
Both.
You know?
There you go. That's a joke.
Now,
both.
Now, if she would, and on top of that, not only that, the reason my mother and my father were able to stay married for so long, because my mother and my mother would defend my father the same as my father would defend my mother. You know, Jada failed to defend her husband, her man, her basically bread and butter, her basically rock in the red room, on the red table, whatever the hell they call it. She failed. Mission failure. Do better next time. This is where it all starts. This is where this all starts. She failed one mission. Now I will give Will props for succeeding in his mission, but I will basically tell it that the fact that he walked up there and slapped Chris Rock is not right. Now how that could have gone, could have handled it, was says like, come in there, give him a hug. All you got to do is whisper in his ear, like, please don't talk about my wife, man. I appreciate.
But you know what? I think the reason why so many people are speaking about this is because this will be a moment in media, finagling, or you know when you have to save an image, you got to get ahead of the story. You build a narrative.
It's even deeper than that. It's even deeper than that. Hey, let's go pet this little golden, the soft, fluffy dog while we move this tank behind your back.
Well, I'm just saying, like what to do when there's a scandal, right? What to do, and between marriages, this whole thing. The narrative would have been totally different. Let's say he slapped Chris, and he comes back, and if Jada stood up, walked to Will and hugged him, then he becomes the hero.
Exactly. Now the problem is now people
will look at Chris.
Mm-hmm.
They would look at Chris. If someone said he should have talked to him afterwards, I said no, because there's no cameras around. Let's say he talked to him in the club, something popped off then you don't know what happens. Then it really is
Exactly.
he said, she said, right?
Right.
So,
Either way, there's failure on all parts. Will Smith and Jada both. First off, it starts from this. This is one of the reasons why I don't support open relationships. Why, if somebody says to me they want to open relationship, I'm drafting divorce papers. You attract dirt into your household.
You're attracted. This is true.
You're attracting dirt into your house.
I would prefer polygamy more than open relationship. At least it's stable.
I don't like. I'm not a fan of polygamy either.
At least you know you're with. If there's 3 women, there's 3 women. If there's 2 men, there's 2. It's not like an open relationship where it's a constant revolving door. You know what I'm saying? You may not. Look, it may not be your cup of tea, but at least one is a little more stable than an open relationship, in my opinion.
Look, I'm like here, like human beings. When you start increasing numbers of people, it gets pretty. Once you get past 3, it gets pretty fucked up.
Well, you didn't tell Spider to get rid of his 3 wives over there.
Spider, you got 3 wives?
Hell no, I don't have
all in his web. All in his web.
Well, I'm gonna tell you one thing. When first things foremost, if you take polygamy, that means that not only am I fucked, I'm deep fucked. It's bad enough. Monogamy is a struggle, you know.
It is at that.
I mean, it's a struggle. It's a struggle getting married. It's a struggle trying to find the right person to get married to. You know, here, look at me. I'm 34. Got 34 years old. 35. I'm starting a countdown. You know, it's like.
Have you been married?
Oh hell no, hell no. It don't look like I'm gonna be married anytime soon either.
That's crazy.
Nope.
You know, it's like. Once I hit 40, I'm gonna call it a wrap. It's a wrap.
Actually, they're gonna start coming at you even more.
I'm probably going to more likely to tell them to kiss my ass. Go fuck themselves. Go find somebody their age. I'm an asshole. You know.
What? You don't realize you're a rare commodity.
Look, if you seen my early content, I've already fucked the duck. You know. On that subject, you seen my early content of me being angry. When I was angry, I've already fucked the duck. I've already screwed the pooch. That ship's already sailed. Anybody that seemed my voice is recognizable, and a lot of and so many damn truckers recognize my voice from me being, you know, I don't have a chance in hell. I don't have a snowball's chance in hell. My best bet is to wait. Is basically get to 40, wait for death.
Spider, what's your take? Spider, you been married?
No, and I don't plan on being married in any given point in time. In any given point in time, and I look at it like this: if it happens, it happens, and if it don't, it fucking don't. It really does not. And to be perfectly honest with you, I really don't think that you need relationships or marriage to make yourself happy. I mean, and at least it's how I see it.
Hey, another thing is like, why am I going to let the government's hand on my balls? You know, I don't want the government anywhere near my balls. They can't they can't even keep their infrastructure correct. I mean, look, we're my hometown in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. A bridge collapsed and multiple people got fucked up. You know, you got a sinkhole that happened downtown in downtown Pittsburgh, and it was hauling that bus up by crane like the Lion King. It's Simba.
Well, have you ever seen like any other like documentaries where explorers will go into like the jungle and see like a tribe that has limited interactions with the outside world. They're still living in like this communal village like state, right?
And what happens to the tribe? They get sick by disease because they get sick by disease and they get wiped the fuck out.
We're not going down that route, but you're right. Well, but what you see is the men. They'll go out with the men on a hunt. Like the men will go out and hunt.
Right.
Like the women
And the women will
back.
stay back. Right. And they're basically taking care of the house,
preparing the food and the meals.
Exactly.
And
this is what. Yep. And this is my next theory of how modern civilization was formed. Basically, a man went out on a hunt, and they were originally taught that, men were originally taught that if the fire is out, leave whatever game you killed at the mouth of the camp. You don't want to find out what the hell caused that fire to go out. This is why I think modern society exists, because I think the person with some sort of fornicate got curious and wanted to find out why the fire was out, and got his ass beat by the person who got cucked out, and his ass beat by the wife. Not by the wife, but the wife's lover.
Well, some of those like villages, they have one wife, they have multiple wives, right? But regardless of that, you notice there's really not a lot of sin. There's not a lot of like envy, jealousy, gluttony, lust. They're walking around naked, right?
They're sharing. They're more than likely they're sharing each other's wives. They're sharing each other's women.
Everything is communal. Everything,
including the wives.
If you look at my last video.
Yeah, so pretty much. Hey, my wife's on her period, and she won't fuck me. Can I fuck yours?
Go ahead.
Pretty much. Hey, my wife's pregnant, and my Johnson's hard. Once she drops this baby, she's all yours.
What does it say? What's it saying? It takes a village.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up, but yeah.
But is it? That's
a good question.
That's what we're posing. Is it?
Takes a village Yeah. I guess you got a valid point there. Like I said, I'm pretty open-minded because I honestly don't know what the hell I'm doing in life.
I mean, the women look happy. Could you wait? I just want you to take this moment, view that setting, right? That village setting, and imagine one of those women like talking back and getting mad at the dudes. I can picture it.
Man, she could turn it like for the man. Honestly, they probably happy because they got all that dick.
Yeah.
Like say they probably up here looking like a not only spit roasted but goddamn like literally got a Triforce all up on our body. They happy. Maybe I should literally move to one of those villages. Shit.
I'm telling you. And it's not we're not just talking about like African villages. We're talking about villages in Vietnam, villages in
the Amazon River,
in like Aztecs,
the Aztecs are fucked.
South American villages.
Yeah. The Aztecs are a long time dead,
Yeah. South American villages is what I meant.
Right.
Like, they live communally. They don't seem to have a lot of strife. It's like men have wives, they have children.
I don't think they got wives because they don't got in order to have a wife, you have to have the government. You got to have the government's hand on your balls.
They have a mate.
Well, they have multiple mates. Yeah, but they're closer to nature too. So
yeah,
to be honest with you, the way I see it, the Native Americans had a lot of shit that they could have taught us in life.
Yeah.
But the founders failed to listen. We could have been. To be honest with you, with the Native Americans, we probably could have been more advanced than we are now. You know?
Yeah, yeah. With any indigenous culture,
Yeah.
with any
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
they all kind of know a little bit more.
Yeah,
And
and when I'm a driving truck, and I always look for trips to Nevada, to like Arizona, all them other trips. If I can get a trip, I mean, I wanted one last trip to California, but hey, I'm getting ready to change jobs, and jobs that don't go to California, and I'm pulling flatbed now, and flatbed in California is a pain in the ass.
flatbed in California. What are you hauling? What are some of the stuff?
Um, Well, the stuff that I used to haul, which is basically dry goods, bricks. I mean, I used to drop pull. I used to pull dry van, like dry van, no reefer unit, just basically straight dry van.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been to California a couple times, and like every time I try to come to California, like I try to call people up that I know, and it's like it's what it is. I'm like, okay, if the person didn't feel like coming, he's probably had work, he's tired. And like I've met a couple people, and it's what it is. But for the most part, it's like I'm pulling flatbed now. In flatbed, you can be hauling anything, anything.
Mm-hmm.
If it can fit, if it can be pulled on a flatbed, you're probably going to be pulling an oversized load. Get ready. So
Mm-hmm.
for me, it's like okay, I just switch over from dry van to flatbed to potentially pulling a tanker.
Has any Latin person come up to you and like give you like $100 and shove
Nope.
like small women and children in the back of your
I
truck, take them to LA?
I never leave my truck. I stay in the truck. In California, places that I never leave my truck: California, Texas, Arizona. The
Yeah,
three places that I never leave my truck. I will piss in a bottle. I will piss in a Gatorade bottle. If I'm going anywhere near Texas, Arizona, or California, I will stock up on Gatorade bottles, and basically on my 10-hour or my 34-hour, I will piss in a bottle. I got a stove in my truck, and I got let's see. Not only do I got a stove in my truck, I got three canisters of butane so that I can use the stove. I will piss in a bottle, cook in my truck. Heck, the only thing keeping me from crapping in my truck is the fact that I ain't got a goddamn commode and some cat litter. You know,
you can get a truck with all that, right? I mean, you can get a truck with all that.
I gotta pay half $500,000 to $1 million for a truck like that. But shoot,
Really?
look, if it just so happens that I find a truck like that and I'm owner operator, the second I die, that truck goes. I'm gonna make damn sure to give that truck to that company, whatever company that I'm living in, that I'm working at. Look here, it's in my will that when I die, when y'all decide to rinse my body, my carcass out of the truck with 5 gallon buckets of water and soap, that truck belongs to you now. That is your truck. Have at it. Put whoever you want in it.
Spider, what do you do? What do you do, Spider?
Yeah, as far as what work?
Yeah.
I work as a custodian on a military base. So.
Oh shit!
Wow.
Fuck. Jesus fuck! I feel bad for you. Do they at least respect you?
Yeah, I mean it's really I'm working under CW. It's like CW resources, so it's not it's not too much. It's not too much.
We don't want to see that. We don't want to see that News X6 video.
Hey, you want yeah. You want to see two paintball markers that I've gotten above 150 rounds per set, 150 rounds per minute on.
It looks like a paintball gun.
Yeah, those are paintball guns. Like I said, Maga Man's got a little Tickman 98, and I've got a Brass Eagle and mechanical trigger. like I said, 200 rounds,
You're not
300
turning,
rounds.
you're not turning into Mega Man, are you?
Oh yeah, I'm taking pot shots at him at any given chance that I can get.
What's a Mega Man? What's a Mega Man? What's that?
Maga Man,
Mega
Maga Man, the dude you decided to make a rap about.
This
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. You know, like I got about like I said, I got above 200 rounds per set, 200 rounds on with a brass eagle on a mechanical trigger on a
Okay.
spider pilot
Check
by
that out.
rocking the trigger on a spider pilot electronic trigger. What's this excuse? Heck, I can give you some more actions like basically like I said on paintballs. If you take the trigger and you basically just kind of ease it over, you can get over 200 rounds. So he wants to his tip. That means it's his Tipman 98 custom. Basically,
Do they
Tipman
have
98 in the win.
do they have like pepper spray paintballs?
Sadly, they do because they do actually they have pepper spray. They have basically pure rubber rounds, basically, which basically damages the normal paintball barrel. Basically, every time you fire one of those pepper ball rounds. Oh, he also talks about ball chop. Basically, you know how you deal with ball chop on this one. On this one, there's a little knob right here that you do, which you turn the velocity to the left and turn it down. You turn the velocity down. That's how you do it.
What's that? What's that called? What's ball shop or what is it?
Actually, I'm gonna show you with the brass eagle because it's easier to take apart.
Ball shop.
Ball chop, yeah, ball chop.
Ball chop. Oh, ball chop. So
Yeah.
it cuts. I guess it gets off pattern and it cuts one of the balls off. And interesting.
This plunger right here. What happens is via that Mega Man keeps his freaking balls, the balls inside of the hopper. It deforms the balls. Now the balls have a certain length, have a certain width that they have to conform to. What happens is these balls get little divots, and when the balls get divots, they basically change the clearance of the balls. So when a plunger goes forwards, it's clipping the ball before it.
Gotcha.
That is why that one in one of his videos he decided to mistakenly crack open a paintball or I'm sorry, that's not a paintball. That is a Grimberg. He cracked open a Grimberg. And when he pulled the CO2 pulled the thing back, basically expelling whatever gases or whatever CS gas that is used into the air. Magically. It's magic. It's like the freaking Grimberg did not like that. You know? Didn't like being cut at the bottom of the freaking round. Which means that damn it, I can't discharge this because this thing's not charged. I haven't played paintball for a long time. So this Spider Pilot is an electronic hopper. So
yeah, it's not good. It's never good when my balls get divots.
Yeah, when they get divots. So basically, now you got two divots on this one paintball gun, drastically changing the clearance of this .68 caliber round. Yeah, imagine that.
It's all mathematically precise, and the moment you throw one variable off and change the size of the round, this
paint here is from the last game. Is from the last game that I've played. You want to know what I would need to get this thing operational again? I would need to not only clean this outside, I would need to clean the internals, clean and lubricate the internals.
Gotcha. Yeah, because you got to clean out all the paint, basically, right? And then,
Right. Yeah. For the Spider palette, first off, I need to find either A, charge the battery, or B, hopefully that I didn't drop a cell and basically make it a paperweight. I also need to probably.
Have you seen those taser rounds, shotgun rounds?
Oh, shoot! They usually fire the taser shotgun rounds where they fire at people and it just basically electrocutes them.
Yeah,
I haven't seen them. I haven't seen them yet, but I'm
electric
pretty.
rounds, basically. Yeah.
Basically, it's got a little battery in them, like about the size of a hearing aid battery that basically just ran through an amplifier.
Wow. And it has like it breaks apart in midair to basically have 2 points of contact to the body, and
Right.
it's connected by a wire, so it can run a current because it runs a current when it hits you.
Right.
Which is really interesting.
Yeah, they got them. They basically what it has to do is like it has to run through a current. It has to run through a small to a tiny little battery, and it has to run through a step up. Like you can actually run it's like a step up system. Like how would I do this? You know what an amplifier is? Like where you a capacitor.
Theory, but I didn't know.
What it is basically it's run through a step up capacitor. Actually, I've got a computer that my sister literally gifted to me that I might be able to. Well, I've already taken most of it apart, so I don't know crap about computers. So basically, this is where the power source would go. And it would basically be a step down. There's a battery right here, right about here, that will basically power any other components. I've already taken the random access memory out. The only reason I know about the random access memory is because literally my sister taught me. Other than that, I don't know piss all from Freddy. Basically, all this battery is just basically keeping it on the charge. I think it's a rechargeable battery. This thing has been down for about a year or two, so it's probably done. You know, and yeah, this whole system this is her previous baby before she got her new toy. Basically, these things right here. Actually, where's my voltometer? My voltometer. I'm not using it to check the voltage. I'm using it to point out some things. Where the heck did I put that damn thing? Where the hell? I know what I've been. God dang it! There it is. Voltometer. I'm gonna use the positive side of it. The voltometer. Voltometer. These things right here are. Some of them are resistors, some of them are capacitors. Oh man, I am really drunk. I think this is a resistor. No. Better yet, let's see if I can find a resistor.
Capacitor.
Yeah, it's a capacitor. This right here is a capacitor. This silver thing. Now, if I could find a resistor, that'd be great. That's an LED. That is my liquid cooler. Well, my now liquid cooler. Better yet, well, I should probably turn a flashlight on. Basically, I don't know, piss off from Freddy, but for the most part, these look to be all capacitors. I think this little tiny little bastard here powers all this crap. Very efficient though. These are chips, computer chips or some sort. I don't know. Like I said, all I know is that these have to be capacitors, and this green thing right here is an LED. Let's see if I can find a resistor. They don't have an old style breadboard, so I don't know. Piss off from Freddy about computers. Only thing is
I was hoping you weren't going to touch the wrong thing and just become and get electrocuted on air.
shoot, that'd be too much of a favor. That I don't know. That'd be nice. That'd be nice. That would actually be nice. I would
You'd be
actually
on the
welcome that.
news.
Hey, look. Hey, look. That shoot. I'll welcome that. If that's the way I gotta go out, that's the way I go out. Shit, please.
You're gonna go out with a lot of views.
Yeah. Hey, like I said, the way I see it is like, look, this life is of suffering, and at this point, I think I'm not at my max, but god damn if it ain't making it easy. You know, like like I said, every day is like I'm almost there, but yet I'm like, yeah, it's not worth it today. You know, that's pretty much what it is. It's not worth it today.
Okay, let me see it. I think this is it. Hold on. Let me see. This is similar to what I saw. I saw this like years ago. It's a link in the Facebook chat to like this electric bullet. It's a shotgun.
A rail system. You mean a rail gun system?
No. The bullet itself. Wait. Well, I don't know if this is it, but the bullet itself is like a taser. It electrifies you.
Oh, I think I know exactly what it is. Did
you check the link? It's in the Facebook chat.
I'm not in a Facebook person, but
excuse me, not Facebook. It's not Facebook. YouTube chat. It's in the YouTube chat. I sent the link in the YouTube chat. It's to a YouTube video of a round. It has like I guess it has.
I think I know what you're talking about. And I can almost guarantee you because the American government is trying to basically go for the lowest bidder, that we're never gonna get them around. We're never gonna get that.
Do you see a spider? Are you still on? It's a link in the YouTube chat. Can I send a message on StreamYard? Wait, I can do something here on StreamYard. Okay, hold on.
Oh dang. Yep. Like I said.
You see it?
I was in a private chat.
All right, so I sent it to the StreamYard and I sent it to the Facebook.
Oh, one of those anti-Ronald's riot control dips.
Yeah, it hits you and it tases you. It's a round.
Not surprising. Yeah, I know. I think I know what you're talking about. I guarantee you,
it has needles on it. It at the end of the round, it's normally delivered to a shotgun. So they've taken a shotgun round. They've somehow put some electric.
They put fins on it. Yep, they put a fin. They put fins on it to stabilize it.
Yep, to stabilize it. Yep. And it spirals through the air, and it hits you with the needles, which delivers electric charge to the body. Bam.
Yeah.
Like, crazy, and they've had this for a while, right?
Oh yeah, they've had it for a while, and it's going to be even longer until we see it. You know, so you see it in America. Why? Because they're so used to their tasers and their guns. Because
used to their guns. Let's put it simple.
Hey, look. Hey, look. Personally, me, if I have to, I'm not fighting people. I don't fight people. Fair. I don't fight fair. I'm the type of person. If I have to fight somebody, like you better hope somebody who I care about is basically pulling me off of a person. If not, I'm just gonna be my bare hands or the police with the taser, or a gun. Doesn't matter to me. Preferably the gun, because I'm literally sick and tired of this life.
It gets better.
Yeah,
Wait till you're old and you don't give a crap. Be able to just say what you feel to everybody. It's just
I'm,
instantaneous. You never go home
I'm
saying, "I wish I would have said this." You said it right
well,
there on the spot.
look, clear, look here. Let me break this to you. There's a reason why why my people, my command respect me because I say exactly what I fucking feel.
It's so
They,
liberating, right?
so some people tell me, look here, your commentary is not necessary. Just shut up. Okay. And I'm like, and then when I get the drills, like it's gonna be like, I'm going to say what I'm going to say, whether you like it or not. Go fuck yourself. And it's like all up and down the chain of command. I don't give a damn about rank. If you, I mean, this is one of the reasons why they try to keep me away from high-ranking officers. You know,
Did you know?
I almost called a general an idiot as a specialist.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, Spider says he can do one up. You look. You're a specialist. You call the general idiot. Spider's in the back mopping the floor and says, "Yeah, I second that."
Like, and look. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm surprised I don't carry a PFC rank with me at all time. PFC or a private rank or private two rank with me at all times because I know sooner or later some colonel, some general, somebody's not going to like what I'm going to say, and it's going to reduce me rankless. Oh, how far you want to go? How far are we going down the chain of command? I could do complete another other chaos work. You can do your bitch work. I can mop the floors. I can sweep the floors. It ain't nothing to me. How far you want to go? You want me to apologize? Though, if you hold your breath long enough, you'll find a buzzard biting your face off. That's how I feel. That's pretty much. I mean, one of the reasons why I basically they don't they kind of understand because I'm going to say what it is. You know.
So there's a lot of, I guess, I'm getting hit, to this whole manosphere thing. As far as a political sway, do you think the manosphere whole movement is more right, more left, amalgamation of many different views, or
It is first things foremost. It was never meant to be political.
uh,
It was like it was. If at most, as of right now, it's an amalgamation of many different views. But for the most part, it is not meant to be political. It was never meant to be political. It wasn't political until MAGA Man came in freaking into the mix and jacked everything up.
isn't it amazing how everything controversial tends to go right eventually? Like go towards the right.
Man, if like I said, the thing from what I see is like if one side is making sense to that individual person, the person's going to go to that side. If whether it's right or left, it's like if the left is saying, okay, this is what's going on, this is what's going on, this is we need to figure it out, this is what we need to fix, people are going to go flock to them. If the right is saying that this is messed up, this is good, what we need to fix, people are going to flock to them based on based on their experiences, based on what they believe, based on whatever it is, they're going to flock to it. It is an amalgamation, if anything.
Not even not
That's what
maybe a better word isn't controversial, but conspiratorial. What I've noticed
you got all types. You got
is
all
that
types.
anything conspiratorial seems to be co-opted by the right very quickly,
Oh yeah.
and that the conspiracy theories aren't really something that the left dabbles in, unless it's like Trump and Russia type stuff.
We
Outside, outside
typically,
of that,
I like to think, you know, me and a few other people, we all like to think, you know. I don't see myself as right, left. I see myself as logical, but if you would call me, I will be independent. You basically gotta basically whoever the candidate is gotta earn their keep.
respect.
Basically gotta earn my vote. You know,
Well, I'm wondering. I guess the reason why that is with like things conspiratorial, maybe the conservative viewpoint is less trusting, and therefore is more open to seeing, I guess, possible fallacies or misinformation.
We're back.
Look,
You know.
for me, the both sides are out of their fucking minds. Both sides are out of their fucking minds. Now,
But
I've been.
if you said Martians landed in the White House backyard, I think liberals would be like, nah, they wouldn't even entertain that. But you would get a lot more conservatives like, did that happen?
Hey, look, yeah, there's a reason I'm stocking up on Jiffy Pop and all forms of popcorn.
Look,
You know,
if you're gonna build a bomb shelter in your backyard, you're more open to thinking aliens or the werewolf and
hey, look here. The way I see it, look here. The way I see a bomb shelter, I see it as nothing more than a pressure cooker. It's a pressure cooker, really. Somebody drops a nuke. You're in a bomb shelter. You're in a pressure cooker. Congratulations. Now, like I said, if you dress yourself up in carrots and potatoes and freaking cabbage and season yourself with salt, pepper, paprika, nutmeg, or salt, pepper, paprika, and any kind of spice, you make a great souffle.
Okay, I'll lay this out there. There is a whole group of people who don't believe that nuclear weapons, as they're described, are real. That nuclear weapons don't really exist. And where they're coming from on that is that it was a threat that we made, and when we dropped the bombs on the and everything else, that we just carpet bombed them. But we said it nuke, right?
Plutonium 232.
Plutonium 232. Now, but the concept of a nuclear weapon is
Possible.
that you're splitting an atom, right?
Yeah.
Splitting an atom.
Well, not really necessarily splitting an atom.
Oh, that's
What you're doing, what you're doing is you're taking a system. You're basically taking a system, putting an altimeter on it,
Oh, wait a minute.
and you're just basically having a constant electrical charge on that altimeter to where it goes off at a set altitude. Once that circuit is closed, you're applying electrical charge to a system that is designed to be synchronized and cause an internal explosion, similar to a thermobaric weapon, but instead of causing it, you're causing multiple explosions all at once into a bunch of material that is both flammable but at the same time stable, relatively, I say relatively loosely, relatively stable at the same time. So when you're basically, all you're doing is you're applying an electrical charge to explosives to basically start a chain reaction for a even more unstable thing. It's basically taking, how would I say this? How would you form a mushroom cloud? Like, it's basically you're taking the air, superheating it, basically taking a material, causing it to go critical mass. You're just basically adding electrons or new electrons to an already unstable element and causing it to become a new form of fuel for a bomb. Basically, all it is like you're causing it to go stable and then unstable and destroy everything in its path to find stability.
To find stability, to go through a chaotic state until it levels
Exactly.
itself out.
I
You know,
mean,
who knows? That's the only time that a nuclear weapon that we know was used.
look,
Right.
World War II. The reason why, actually, the reason why is because it's such a devastating weapon, and it has long-lasting effects that it's a deterrent. As long as we have some sort of morality or some sort of fallacy of morality in the human race, it will not be used anytime soon. Basically,
funny thing that you mentioned that, because I was looking up something called. Have you ever heard of? Have you guys ever heard of red mercury?
Mercury.
Yes.
Mercury is good.
It's like it's invisible.
Cinnabar. Yes, cinnabar, which is literally can be turned into a gas. There's also clear mercury, which is basically more deadly than silver mercury. Mercury comes in all forms.
And like
In a lot of
mercury,
forms.
like red mercury,
Some people
you
say that
can't
It's
see its
it
deadly.
doesn't
reflection.
exist, and
You can't see its
some people say
reflection.
that the Russians might
Right.
have it.
They
Go ahead,
probably do.
Spider. What were you saying, Spider? Sorry.
Yeah, some people say that it doesn't exist.
It exists. Cinnabar. It's called cinnabar mercury. Cinnabar. It's another form of mercury. I don't know how they. Yeah. Cinnabar is red mercury. The Egyptians had it, and basically is not only a preservative, but a deterrent against theft. If cinnabar ever got into the air, it would literally kill a person within days, make it seem like a curse.
You know what, Tip Man. I'm a little older than you guys, and
They say if you drop the thing in the White House, it's like it'll be intact, but you expect everybody to be dead within a mile radius.
Yeah.
Well, you two, Spider and Tip. The older I get, I really start to question a lot of what we've been told. I'm really, I don't know if
We've been lied to at birth. Yeah, we've been lied to. We've been lied to at birth. I mean, like literally, when I was growing up, I was taught, like said, my dad. Yeah, believe it or not, whether you believe it or not, my dad was a part of the Black Panther movement, and
well, a lot of people were back
yeah,
then.
a lot of people were back then, but instead of being a part of the Black Panther, he just kind of branched off with a couple of the people. His there's a lot of things about him that I don't know about, you know. And
Does 007 music play when you speak about din it?
no, that's pretty much my, like I said, that's for me, my closest experience to learning anything about my dad was in a 92 I think it was the 92 riots where they were tearing everything up, and or it was like around the 92 where my dad was
LA riots.
Two things that pissed my dad off is messing with his family and messing with elders.
Yeah.
Messing with the elders.
Same
Man,
here.
actually, elders, kids, and his family. My dad can't pull. There was an elder that was being messed with in the neighborhood. Her windows were broken in. My dad, no sooner than him getting the message, because he was always the last one to get the message, because just much like I am, because we have relatively the same personalities. No sooner than getting the message, he's bumping Tupac's "Ain't Nothing But a Gangster Party" on the way there. But
well, have you ever seen any of the old nuclear bomb footage, like where they were dropping like nuclear bombs, they were testing it?
oh yeah,
And you seen like they drop it over like this fake test sit or village or housing community.
it acts like a thermobaric weapon.
Well, I saw a couple of guys break down a lot of these videos, and they say, well, if you look back then, it was very convincing, and that they didn't have the ability to stop a video, rewind it, freeze frame it, and so forth. But when you look at those videos now, it looks like they've superimposed several explosions on top of one another. You look at the houses and you can kind of see that the houses look like models. The camera is very stable. They're like, well, why is the camera stable? Why did the camera get blown away? Like, why is it no, why
There's
aren't there
a saying.
vibrations in the camera or the footage? You know what I'm saying? Like,
If you dig, if you dig deep enough, if you take a nail and you hammer a nail deep enough, you're going to acquire stability. Now, there's a certain thing called I think that one of the ways they use it was using aerodynamics, using the pressure, using not only aerodynamics but the pressure wave to keep the camera from shaking. You know that car? You ever seen Formula One?
yeah,
You know, like you remember, like so, like for years ago, there was a car that had a fan. They claimed it was used for cooling the radiator, but in reality, it was to produce downforce, which is another reason why they inspect chassis before before and after the race, because it was a Lotus car. I think it was a Lotus, but I know there was a one car that was a Lotus that had fans on it, and there was another car that was a Lotus that had a dual cockpit, dual chassis that basically used downforce to keep the car from flying off the track. Now,
yeah, they're trying to keep the car glued to the ground, basically.
exactly, and I think, look, where most of the nuclear physicists, the rocket scientists, they came from Germany.
Yes,
They
they're
came
not.
from Germany.
They're Nazis who
Exactly. The NASA process. What the
who
NASA?
specialize in propaganda and creating like fake content, to basically brainwash the citizens.
I'm not willing to test that theory.
You mean
That
like
is that is one theory that I'm not willing to test. I don't. I pray that I don't ever find out that theory. You know,
well,
like that
the cities they
if you
dropped it on in Japan or whatever,
mhm.
the people they still live there. They're growing crops. It's back to normal, and they would all
It's not completely back to normal.
man,
You can still probably pick up a phone and call somebody with two dicks and three balls.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Even like the whole Chernobyl thing. People are still living in that city, which I thought it was uninhabited. And I might be
Chernobyl.
wrong.
Chernobyl's fucked up. Chernobyl's fucked up. They literally had to put a dome over the reactors, over the site. They literally have a dome over the site. They have people that literally guard Chernobyl to keep people from being exposed to radiation. The same thing, like I said, like chemotherapy. Chemotherapy is roughly the same type of radiation in Chernobyl, Hiroshima, and Nagasaki. They found that chemotherapy kills cells. I mean, radiation kills cells.
That's what
So
I'm
they
saying.
use targeted radiation to kill cancer cells, which is one of the reasons why that at 40 years of age, I'm going for a DNR. I do not resuscitate because I smoke cigarettes, I drink, I smoke cigarettes. I'm going for a DNR. Fuck your surgery, fuck your therapy. I'm going to let it take me out. Hot me up full of drugs. Hot me up full of whatever the fuck you want to hot me up with. I'll even help you out. Pour me a fucking bottle of, pour me a goddamn glass. Hey, let's call it a life.
Well, I think all these little conspiracy things are really interesting. Even like the red mercury and stuff, and the and
Yeah, there's a name for it. It's called the name for the red mercury. It's called cinnabar. The Egyptians had it. The Egyptians used it. Used it for theft deterrent. You know?
Also, what they would cover valuables in it or something, and
No, they wouldn't recover the valuables because they know it was, they know that once the cinnabar gets a hold of it, or once the cinnabar is on it, they can't touch it. They can't touch it.
Have you heard that they think they figured out how the ancient Egyptians built the pyramids?
They think.
They
Keyword.
Think they
Keyword.
figured
Think.
out.
Think.
And it's very interesting. You gotta look up Special Pyramid K or whatever. But this is what they think they did. They think they figured it out now. So
They think.
you have Masons.
Mm-hmm. Look, let me tell you something here.
What do you know about it?
What do I think about? What do I think about it? What do I know about it? First things foremost, I know that we don't know fuck all what the ancients know. The ancients might have been more advanced than we are. We ain't nothing but a bunch of goddamn knuckle dragging cavemen compared to probably compared to the ancients.
This is true.
We might have
a lot from us. Yep.
Yeah, we might as well be dragging our knuckles with a club compared to the ancients. The most advanced thing we have is gunpowder and computer chips.
All right, I'm gonna tell it to you because when you hear it, it's going to seem so simplistic to you. And all right, so they would have these huge blocks of just granite and diorite and all this other stuff, and it would be like a hair's width between each block.
Oh, not surprising. They got that in I think India and a few other countries.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Did you know that? Did you know the Aztec temple was lined with mica?
The star? Oh, with mica, the rock,
the mica, the rock. Yeah, the rock, mica, the rock. The element, the same element that they use in solar panels, and it's lined as a goddamn circuit board.
Oh, no,
same with the
Oh yeah. I definitely believe that they were channeling like electricity and energies and stuff. But this is what they've come up with how they think they built these huge stone monoliths and blocks in general. Dude, their secret was cement. No one had, I guess, understood this. So what they were doing was, maybe, right, is that they would frame out a block in wood, just make a wooden frame, and pour the cement in it and let it harden. Take the wood frame out, move it next to it, and pour another cement frame on it. So these blocks weren't lifted, they weren't cut, they were cement.
Basically similar to what we do, but more efficient.
More efficient, and no one had seen this. And the Masons, they weren't necessarily the Illuminati then, but they were the Masons. They hid this building secret technique from them. So literally, they would just go up and frame out one frame, wooden huge brick frame by huge brick frame, just pour cement in and build the pyramids out.
Much like how the Hoover Dam was built.
Yes, exactly. And when you look at it, the reason why they're able to figure it out is they saw seashells in these blocks, which meant that the blocks were a mixture of stones. It may be 80% limestone, but it had other things mixed into it. And once they realized that, they're like, this is the secret. This is how they built stuff. It was cement. And by the time you got, I guess, to the 16th century or 15th to 14th century, it was known all over the world. You know, this is how they built like the Roman columns and the Egyptian column. It was just they would make a frame, and this is how they built all their statues. Like how did they carve such detail into this? They didn't carve it. They modeled it in clay, made a frame just like they do with like a mask and special
And
effects mask and stuff. Yeah,
in about 1,000 years after, well, let me rephrase that. In about how many umpteenth known years after all of civilizations have basically decided to push the reset button, and we're now fighting with sticks and stones in World War IV, they're going to be wondering how we basically created our epoxy resins.
exactly. Yep, yep.
Basically, all this, all like I said, I've been laughing my ass off since
Yep.
2020,
Yep.
actually 2019. Really, I've been laughing my ass off since 2019. You know,
Why
I
2019?
because that's when all this craziness started. I've said I'm not gonna basically get mad. I'm going to laugh. This is nothing more than a comedy show for me. All of this is nothing more than a comedy show. It's amusement. I literally ran out of basically pop popcorn because I find all of this amusing to me. You know,
All the world's a stage.
fuck the world. Like I said, I've literally developed a sense of humor, saying like, "Hey, look, yeah, could you put it in a sea turtle choking apparatus called a shopping bag?" You know, I call straws sea turtle brain piercers. You know, I call freaking the things you find on a 6 pack of beers. I call them dolphin mussels.
Dolphin.
Yeah, dolphin mussels. You know,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I find the amusement in the most twisted shit. I call receipts nothing more than Amazon Tinder. Amazon rainforest Tinder. That's how I see it. It's
You know,
rainforest Tinder.
police police call bullets uh tickets for minorities.
Hey, rightfully, I mean, and to
Let
be
me write
honest with
you a
you,
ticket real
rightfully
quick.
so. Rightfully so. I'm just waiting for my ticket. Like serious shit. Please, by all means, give me a ticket. I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, I mean, one thing I think that I think that one of the things that cops haven't encountered is a minority that does not give a fuck whether he lives or dies. If a minority says, "Go ahead, shoot me," thank you very much. Please, by all means, he would probably more be quicker than holster his weapon.
Well, you know what? Some liberals have proposed a ticketing police system, and
Please,
it sounds a
I
little weird. It sounds a little weird. So I want to get your take on it. So basically, a cop.
euthanize me. Euthanize me. I don't want, like I said, I do not euthanize me. If you pull your weapon, I damn sure want you to. At that point, it's called euthanasia. That means that I don't
Euthanasia.
have to suffer any further.
Doesn't it sound so beautiful? Euthanasia.
Yeah, like I said, if a cop ever put a gun on me, I say,
Well,
so am I being
that's
euthanized? Am I being euthanized? I'm
that's
gonna
the
thank.
that's the concept is that they wouldn't. So here's the concept. Tell me if you think it would work. Okay, so if you're ever stopped by a police officer for almost anything less than murder on the spot, right?
Mhm.
You're given a ticket. So if you're speeding at 100 miles per hour, and basically you're never taken into custody. You're never taken into custody. So whatever the infraction is, you're just given a ticket, which would help people to not resist or fight, right? So a lot of the deadly interactions just don't happen. Then you're supposed to just show up to court for it. If you don't show up to court for it, then you sort of, there's a warrant. If you still don't show up, then they sort of like garnish you, or you have to be fired. Then they figure out where you live, and you have to get evicted.
Points on your license.
And if you stay with someone else, then they eventually get evicted until you show up to court. Like so. I mean, what do you think about it? Like, play it out in your mind. How do you?
In my mind, it's basically going to jack the whole system up. You're getting like I said, because how many people? Well,
run a couple of scenarios through it. Run a couple of scenarios through it.
You got to think.
Speeding.
A person who has a CDL. We instinctively, especially if we're dealing with trucks that are governed at various speeds, our instinct is to put the foot hard on the pedal.
True.
Get to the top gear, put the foot hard on the pedal, because our truck's not going any faster. We need to make this delivery. We need to get this delivery here on time. In our POVs, it shows in our driving style. So when we get on our personal vehicles, we may think we're going 75 or 70, 65, 60, 55, but in reality, we're going at 105, 120, 130. Wow. We don't really understand that. So you have all these drivers going 100 and something off 30, millions of drivers going 100 and some off 30. Now that they're fired, they don't have a job. And what happens is the freight system shuts down, because now these drivers can't drive because there's points on their license. They have no other choice but to show up to court. But the problem is they don't have a job to pay for the ticket.
Yep. You don't have a job to pay for the ticket. So if you can't pay for the ticket, then you go to jail.
Exactly. So basically now you got all these people who don't have the money, don't have a job, that are in jail.
Mm-hmm.
More than likely, you're going to create a person with the mindset that if I get a ticket, I'm going to give my job my 2 weeks notice and work as much as I can, and I'm going to be about as useless as a sack of rock.
You go to jail. But
so
the whole like jail versus prison thing, the whole jail system would be a lot freer, because no one's just getting instantly taken and put into jail, like from traffic stop.
Right. And it's like, the thing is like people are you're just going to have a whole homeless population, and it's just going to cause a whole bunch of problems, because now they're coming out of jail, coming out of whatever the institution that they got. Now they got whatever PTSD or mental illness coming out of this, causing more problems for the police, causing more money to get trained.
I was going to ask you, quit all this, is like, so you're a driver, they're talking about self-driving trucks, and how, it's going to put a lot of drivers out of business. I mean, do you think
what's going to happen? What's going to happen when the system gets hacked? And it's inevitable. Now, instead of basically paying a driver 63 or 51 cents a mile, 61 cents a mile, 34 cents a mile, now you're gonna have to basically get these old Smokies or old trucks out of mothballs to basically move the freight from one end of the country to another. And guess what? Now you basically said, we're not moving these trucks from no less than $2, $3, $4, $5 a mile. You've now driven up the cost of freight and the price of freight, and now everybody has to pay for it, the cost of freight, because now
you don't think self-driving is going to come to trucking, or just in general? Because
it will eventually, but it's gonna fuck somebody. It's gonna fuck people in the long run.
Like
It's
every
gonna
new technology or
like
something.
every new technology is gonna fuck the people in the long run because there's gonna be one technical wizard that's gonna basically hit a keystroke. It's gonna fuck everything up.
Mhm.
And and more than likely, he probably worked for Tesla. You know, he's probably got a grudge against Elon Musk or an axe to grind against Jeff Bezos or whoever the fuck is running the goddamn electronic goddamn driving system. The thing is like any self-driving, anything that is automated can be hacked. Can actually, let me rephrase that, can and will be hacked. And by the time that happens, you're going to need human drivers to drive these trucks.
They're
And
gonna
when you have the,
federalize that stuff.
they're gonna,
They're gonna
and
federalize it. It's gonna become a public utility just to give them all of the backing of the government. Not to say that the
look what happened in the Ukraine. Look what happened in the Ukraine. They literally hacked the internet. The Russians hacked their internet. Elon Musk is sending Starlink. That should be an understanding of basically maybe we shouldn't get rid of these drivers just yet. These drivers who actually know. The clearinghouse was probably the best thing to happen to trucking. You know why? It shows the truckers that didn't fail, that truckers that either A didn't fail that either didn't fail drug testing, or
Mhm.
truckers that failed drug testing or failed to or refused the drug testing.
Mm.
You know, clearinghouse was probably the best thing to happen to trucking.
Yeah, it's a tough job. I didn't drive what you drove, but I drove a 2-ton truck. I did
It's a
mail delivery in the military, and so
pain in the ass, ain't it?
it is, box trucks, uh, and it was a stick, and I didn't know how to drive a stick, and had to learn to take these trucks uphill, stop uphill, because we were in
Start
California.
uphill.
I was in California
Yep,
too.
yep.
How to you got traffic behind you, pull out a gear, and it starts to drift back. You can't put it in gear. I mean, yeah, I kind of got an idea. I can only imagine like a
Heel toe down. Basically, your heel toe. You basically put your heel on the brake. You
yeah,
kind of incline your toe, and you break, you pull the clutch out slowly. And basically, in order to get it in the gear fast, you got to float through the gears.
flow to yeah, it's a trip. So,
Yeah.
but look, man,
Now,
I got to check when Yam is on.
yeah. Nelson, man, he's usually not on a shit as the fan, but for the most part, if you am, like I said, like as soon as you leave, I'm probably gonna shut it off because I am fucked up, drunk as all
I
hell,
heard that, man.
and I'm literally, and I got some daytime drinking to complete.
You gotta do that.
Yeah, like I
All
said,
right.
I ain't got not my no wife, no kids,
I heard that.
and I got and me and another person. I got the house to myself. Daytime drinking while cleaning.
All right, man. Well, peace, peace. You guys take care.
You too. 10-4. All right, ladies and gentlemen, whoever's left, I'm going to call this a little stream, and we're gonna have ourselves a grand old time. May the force be with you.
The shit's gonna hit the fan.
Yep, and now we're down to the last viewer. We're gonna have ourselves, unless somebody decides to hit the link. Meanwhile, I've got to basically pass out and basically do some daytime drinking tomorrow until like maybe about 5 o'clock. Oh boy! Now we're gonna have our now. Next thing we know, we're gonna have ourselves a little tune. It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure. I hope that y'all have a wonderful weekend. I'm still single. I still ain't got no kid. And, I'm still gonna poke at some things, poke at some fences. We're gonna have ourselves a grand old time this weekend. Well, at least I am, because I got daytime drinking to do. Hopefully nobody sneaks in my window and decides to basically say, "You're with me now." I figure, see what's gonna happen now. I'm gonna go poke at the bear a little bit, and I'm gonna blame it on the alcohol. But for the most part, changing companies, but in the process of transition. Just remember, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Rogers started out single, and remember, you could be touched. It's just only a matter of time. So I'm gonna poke at the person that currently lives in around the area that I live in somewhere. Hell if I know. But treat yourself like milk. Do nothing but spoil yourself. Don't matter if you're an Apache helicopter or salt plunger. Yeah, like I said, do nothing but spoil yourself. In fact, I'm spoiling myself right now. I'm probably gonna start drinking about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. But for the most part, have fun. This is Red Pill in the Wind, also known as Tipman 98 in the Wind. I'd like to thank Mega Man for providing me with this content of this jackfuckery that he keeps pulling. I hope he finds himself in a place where he can improve his life. I'd like to thank Dan King, Slippery When Wet, Bobby Parsec, and Jump Luff for basically allowing me to learn more about the jackfuckery that Mega Man has pulled, also known as Walter Hilligast, also known as Mega Man 2.0 as the rest of the house. I hope the Mega Man finds a map to pull his head out of his ass, which even though more than likely he's not going to pull his head out of his ass and is going to be stuck in like an ostrich in a freaking barrel. It's been a pleasure. Have fun.